Welcome back, everybody. This is Raheem Mostert with our team over here.
Yeah.
We got Stugotz in the family. We got Mike. We got T Taylor, as they call him. But yeah, we're gonna get right into the things. So let's talk about this past week, and a couple of things happened.
Yep.
A lot of exciting stuff, but also a lot of stuff that happened as well in regards to injuries and stuff like that.
Yep.
I want to get to the main focus right now. And for me, this is my main focus. What is Cincy going to do with Joe Burrow being out? That's
That's a
the big
great
question.
it's a great
That's a big
question.
question.
So I feel bad because what we would automatically do is flip it back to you and ask what you would do if you were Cincinnati with Joe Burrow because you play in the NFL and we don't. You know?
Yeah. But I
But I got to
get a
tell you that open.
perspective
Hold
from you
on,
guys.
before we get to Burrow, Raheem, that open was good. That's a
Oh,
good
thank
open.
you.
It was a good solid open.
Thank you. I worked on it. It took me about a minute to try to figure out in my head. So,
Yeah.
That's about how long I work at it too.
yeah. But yeah, no, going back to the whole Burrow thing, man, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's sad to see, him go out for turf toe. A funny story, my wife was like, man, we should call it, a different injury instead of turf
Yes.
toe because it sounds a little bit like you stubbed your toe, right? She's
Yes.
like, and it's way more aggressive than that. So
Yes. My wife was,
I don't.
it's funny your wife said that because my wife was mocking Joe Burrow for being soft.
Yep.
Oh no, no. I don't. That's one thing about if you're in the NFL. I realize this though. If you're in the NFL, you don't have a soft bone in your body because it's tough being in this league. It's yeah, as you guys know, it's really tough to try to go out there week in and week out and put your whole entire body on the line for pure entertainment, but also to be a greater athlete, to be recognized as one of the greats. So it's definitely when you're dealing with any type of injury, whether it seems like a simple turf toe, which is not simple, right? Even though the name suggests that it's just you stubbing your toe on a piece of furniture in the house. You know what I mean? That's what it
Yes.
sounds like, but in actuality, man, those things, turf toe is no joke, and I do feel bad for Joe because all off season, all you heard about was nothing but great things. Leading up to the season, how he's been executed at a high level, and to have an injury like that, I mean, and that goes with a lot of different guys on the field, right?
Sure.
You had guys, who was it? Somebody just had a torn pec and is out for the season. All these different
Yeah.
guys are going through these injuries early on in the season, man. You don't want that. Don't want that to happen, but it's one of those things that it has to continue to move forward. Teams have to find a way to utilize their missing talents, and I don't know what Cincy's gonna do without Joe. Even though Browning did look good, though,
He
Yeah.
did.
he did.
He did enough.
He
Yeah.
did enough and stepped up and got the job done. So I'm excited to see about his opportunities because he's been one of those guys that's been quietly working behind the scenes, something that I'm familiar with, right?
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's definitely once you get the opportunity, you can't look back. That's
All
the
you
one
ask
thing
is
I
for your
tell
guy
him.
to be prepared, right, Raheem? That's it. Just be
Be
prepared.
prepared.
When it's your
Be
turn, be
prepared.
prepared. Be ready.
Be ready. So yeah, he's definitely trying to fit into that mold right now.
Raheem, have you ever experienced turf toe? Because
Yes.
I don't think I have, and I don't even know really what the symptoms of turf toe are.
Yeah, no, I honestly, knock on wood. No, this is plastic, but we're gonna pretend it's wood. Yeah, no, I haven't had turf toe. And I could tell you, just having any lower extremity, injury, is definitely not good because that's your ability. Your turf toe, where I don't know where it's at, where it's located for Joe, but I'm assuming that it's the big toe. And I would say that's pretty much your balance. That's what you need in order to walk and function on a daily basis. And yeah, I haven't experienced that, and hopefully I don't. Right?
He's
Hopefully I
knocking on the
don't.
fake wood again.
Yeah, I'm not.
I got you.
I got to. But yeah,
What's
nah.
the injury that hurt you the most, Raheem? What's the injury where you're like, fuck, man?
Oh, man, I had my knee injury when I was with San Fran, opening game. I had damaged cartilage just ripped out of my knee, the size of a quarter, and
Jesus.
piece of bone came with it. So I had to do a whole. It was pretty much like an ACL tear. I was out the entire year, And that took me back just because, I was like, man, this is my first ever surgically repaired, knee that I have to go throughout the season. I've dealt with a broken arm, 2018 when I was with the Niners, snapped both my ulna and radius in half. And so dealing with that, I mean, my arm's fine, but anything, like I said, lower extremity, that's something that I don't take lightly. I was just chatting with our boy, Austin. I was just talking with him, he's
Right.
dealing with the Achilles. He
Yeah.
actually landed today, a couple hours ago, back in LA to get his surgery done. And, that's one injury I'm scared of the most is an Achilles. I don't know. In my mind, I think that's like the hardest to come back from. And there's guys that's they've come back from those type of injuries and performed at a high level. But in my mind, I think that's the most gruesome injury that you could possibly have as an athlete is an Achilles tear.
So,
And so with Austin, I'm hoping that everything works out. Yeah.
How do you keep something like that out of your mind? Because here's guys like you and Austin who are used to getting the rock 20, 30 times a game and running into the mouths of defensive tackles. And here he blows out his Achilles, not around anybody, just
Yeah.
stepped the wrong way and it just went. Like, how do you get that out of your mind while you're trying to play?
Yeah, and that's a great question, Mike. I think that with when I was conversating with Austin about it, I knew he was down. Me and him are real good boys. John, Stu,
Yeah.
we are tight.
Yeah.
We're like this, right?
Yeah, and for those wondering, Austin will be back on with us on a weekly basis, not next week, but the following week, because as he just pointed out, he just had the surgery.
He has stuff going on.
Yeah, he has stuff.
He has
going
stuff
on,
to
but-
repair. That's what he has to do. Yes.
Exactly. So, just speaking with him, I could tell that he's just ready to have the surgery. And that's the mindset you have to have, right? You have to have that mindset of healing, the healing process. You can't really, there's nothing you can do in the rear view. That's in the past for a reason. And so with an injury like that, the only thing you can focus on is the healing process and what do you have to do in order to heal faster, to heal better, and to heal right on time, right on schedule.
Right.
A lot of things that I did when I had my knee injury, I started reading books. Like one of my trainers, Chad Teague out in Cleveland, he gave me a book. And you guys should, anytime you're going through anything, whether big or small, read this book. It's called The Obstacle's the Way. I'll get the title. That's the title, but I'll get the writer for you. The Obstacle's the Way, and it's just a small little read. It's nothing crazy. Maybe 50 pages or so.
I can handle that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. It's a little small book. And that tells you about the many different obstacles and challenges that you go through in life, and how you can overcome those things. It's a great read. I was reading that as my journal, into the whole healing process, and it helped me mentally get my mind right.
What's the longest book you've read?
The longest book I read,
Playbook.
I'm reading. Yeah, Playbook's definitely a long. That's a yearly thing. I would have to say, Ryan Holiday. That's right. Yeah. Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday. I would have to say right now I'm reading a book. It's finances, and it's like 350 pages.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get my steps in the financial world and financial literacy and understanding all that stuff. So it's pretty cool.
So let's have this conversation because I think it's interesting to have it with you. If you're a player on the Bengals, you're in a Super Bowl window. You have signed Jamar Chase to big money, Burrow to big money, T. Higgins to big money. You got Hendrickson back. They're 2-0. Super Bowl window. What would you want the team to do? Stick with Browning? Go out and look at a guy like Kirk Cousins? What would you want, Raheem?
I would stick with Browning just because of the outing that he had. He came in and did a stellar job. I think he did just enough to secure his spot for the next couple weeks in regards to making sure that we maintain momentum the way we are as a team. And so obviously you're going to want to look at a different option in regards to a quarterback. But I feel like because of the momentum that he's gained thus far, when Joe went down and then, he stepped in, I think that should carry for the next couple of weeks and give him a shot.
Right.
It's still early on in the season. You could make up these games that you lose on the back end,
Right. And being 2-0 helps, of course, right?
Being 2-0 definitely helps. That's you're sitting pretty good in your division. You're sitting good in the AFC. You're doing just right, but it depends on the opponents. What matters the most. I don't know who their next game is, but
Minnesota.
whoever it is. Oh, it's
they got the
Minnesota.
Vikings.
So
Right.
so they got the Vikings. That's going to be a good game. And
Well, you can win that game with your backup quarterback. You can.
You can win. Yeah, you can win that game.
And it's Carson Wentz too for Minnesota.
Right. Couple of backups cutting it up. How about that?
Hey, yeah, exactly. Oh man, JJ's hurt too. Hey, shout out to JJ. He had his baby boy.
Yeah.
I met him in Mexico for the golf outing, and he's a great guy. Nothing but great things for JJ in the future, and I hope he heals well and get back soon.
Raheem, how much different is it to come in mid-game and just be like, you're thrown into the fire, listen, just run the plays as I call them, versus a full week of preparing and knowing all week, I'm the guy.
Well, no, not only that, Mikey, the other team's preparing for you.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, and there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages when it comes to that, right? Like when defenses think they have one guy locked in, and then that guy unfortunately gets injured, and then the next guy steps up. They don't know what they expect. They were just planning for this guy, so that could be an advantage for the defense. But then you also got to look at it as, if you're the guy, you're the main guy. You work day in, day out all week on the game plan, and you're the starter. You're getting your shot, and you get nicked, and then the next guy has to step up. As that guy that has to step up, you can't look in the rear view. You have to keep those blinders on, just like a horse. And whatever the game plan was, that's your job. At the end of the day, we're all professionals. That's your job at the end of the day to go in there and do exactly what the game plan was meant to be.
Raheem, one of the toughest players to game plan at the running back position, Jonathan Taylor. He rushes for 25 carries.
That's his boy. They're all boys, Taylor. He knows who he is. I mean,
25 carries, 165. And I saw this stat, Next Gen Stats.
I already know. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Come on. Let's hear Raheem's next gen stat. Hold on a second. What is the stat? What's the stat?
Jonathan Taylor had the fastest ball carry in the NFL since 2020. It's the third fastest since 2020. Can you guess who's number one, Stu?
Achan.
It's Raheem Mostert in 2020 in week 2. Can you guess who's number 2, Stu?
Achan.
It's Raheem Mostert from week 1. Come on, Raheem.
Hey, yes.
Don't stop playing with us.
Yeah, don't. Please. Come on, Stu. You got to know these things, man.
Yeah, but no, listen. We're trying to teach you radio and podcasting. And for the audience, that was better. Me saying Achan twice, acting like I don't know the answer is you when you're sitting right in front of me. Of course it's you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, see, that's crazy. I kept getting the tweets about it, and people were hitting me up about it. Hey man, did you see JT ran? I was like, that's good for him, man. He got the notch over me now. So
yeah,
I just got to I got to find a way to get that title back.
Just to be clear, yours is still faster. His was just the fastest since you did it.
Since yours.
Oh,
so your top. You're top 2. You're 23.09 and then 22.73.
Look how happy he is.
Jonathan Taylor was 22.38.
Oh, okay.
So third. He's a bronze medalist. You got the gold and the silver coming back.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
I wouldn't even pull that over.
For Giannis, that's a crowning achievement. I mean,
yeah. For Giannis, he did that. Yeah, absolutely. Man, he
won a bronze. He said it was the highlight of his career, winning a bronze for his country. He's won an NBA title, Raheem. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. But hey, look, when you come a long way, like Giannis did, and his journey and his aspects of life, right? Yeah. And how good of a human being he is,
right?
You have to back him up on that statement. Even winning a bronze in the country that probably isn't even known for basketball,
Sure.
and to win a bronze, in your country,
Big deal.
it's a big deal. Now it's not gold, but
Right.
you still your country made the podium on your behalf and what you contributed to the court. That's inspiring too.
So, Raheem, when you have a Sunday off and you have a Monday night game, are you watching the way we're watching? Like, do you have all televisions on? You're watching all the games? You got a little food spread? What is happening on a Sunday afternoon at the Mostert, at the Mostert house?
Yeah, nah, honestly, so when we have Monday night games, or like those one-off games, right? Like a Thursday night or whatever, and you're trying to catch up, it's nice to see what everybody else is doing. But like Pete told us the other day, he was like, man, don't get too locked in and too invested on those games because you still have a game to play, right? So like if we start worrying about, the Chiefs are playing so and so, the Eagles, right? They played the Eagles this past Sunday. And we don't want them to win. Now we're starting to get into our head that, hey, look, we could be the best in the division. We already feel like we can be, but when you're watching those games, you got to look at it from a strictly a fan perspective and not so much competitive. And and it's cool to see, especially when you got guys that that are playing. You want to see how good they're doing, and stuff like that. So that's in the Mostert household, man. We're going to order some DoorDash and maybe hang out, and I had my father-in-law here, so we were watching a couple of games before I had to leave because I had to go to the hotel to stay tonight, to get ready for the game yesterday. So
football starts at 10 there, right? It starts at 10 a.m. right? It's a little early. I mean,
little early, but that's okay. And plus, I'm at the facility. We got our morning meetings and walkthrough, and then we have that window before at the end of walkthrough until we have to go check into the hotel and start our late in the afternoon meetings. So,
do you like the multi-view? Do you? It's a great question. Taylor said, "You do like multi-view?"
I do because like if I want to, if there's a commercial on one, I could just look to my right, and then
you can shift your eyes to the other. Right? Yes,
exactly.
I like one game. I like one screen, one game. That's just me. I mean,
but you old school though. That's why you old school.
Raheem, what Stu isn't telling you is his problem with the multi-view is he gets so high on Sundays watching football, he doesn't know where the audio is coming from, which game.
He's right, Raheem. No, I mean,
your focus has to be. You got to do like. You got to visualize the play. You got to see how everybody's moving. If the commentator is saying, all right, Jamar Chase is in motion,
right,
and you see number one in motion, that tells you the context clues. You got to
but I can't do that if there's 4 games on my screen. I mean, that's like I'm ADD and I'm high. He's looking
at a Domino's commercial being like, why are they announcing that as a touchdown right now?
All right. That's too funny. Nah, you got to focus sometimes. When I'm not gonna lie though, sometimes it's better to pick that one game that is good, and keep that game on. I do believe in that. It's cool seeing the multi-view, but if there's that one game that that's like it's supposed to be the game, right? It's like, oh yeah, these are 2 good teams. Yeah, you got to keep that game on.
Right. I don't need to focus on what the Jets are doing. I know what the Jets are doing. They're losing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Jets are going through it too.
Yeah.
But hey, but I believe in that head coach too. I think that I think that he has the right mindset. I've played against Glenn when he was in New Orleans all those years, right? As a coordinator, and he's gonna have those guys, right. It's a working art. That's all it is right now for that organization. They got the keys. They got the pieces. They got their guys. It's just trying to mesh it all together.
You need me to speak to Pete Carroll for you or anything? Like I don't. Can we get some touches? What are we doing here? I mean,
we good. It's I think it's more of a mental. And I'll tell my wife and a couple of my close friends about it. I think it's more of like the mental challenge, right? Me being a starter for all these years and then having to take the back seat a little bit to almost the inactive backseat, which is I'm healthy. At the end of the day, I'm healthy. I don't feel bruised. I'm stronger than ever. I feel just as fast as I was when I was, 22, 23. And my mindset is just growth. I have a growth mindset. I mean, you know me.
Yes,
I'm always a positive,
of course.
even through the darkest times. I'm gonna find positive because that's who I am.
You'll mentor
Um,
Jeanty knowing your time is probably coming at some
yeah,
point. Yeah.
absolutely. And you know what? The best the best thing as a being a mentor, right, is seeing what they call them, mentorees, mentees, or what's the exact verbiage
I'm
of
not
it?
certain.
Mentees.
Mentees.
Mentees, yeah, yes. Seeing the mentees actually locked in on what you say, right? I think that's
So cool. Yeah.
yeah, that's the moment that you look and you're like, man, he's looking at like me and Genty's looking at me and he's like receiving the information and he's actually applying it. I think that's being a mentor of the mentee is definitely fulfilling for me right now. That's the role that I have to play. And if that's the role, then that so be it. But I know my time's coming and
Yep.
I'm not worried about it at all.
No, players dropping like flies, man. You know your time is coming. It's
Exactly.
look what the
That's and
Dolphins
that's
let get away. That's a leader right there. Look what the Dolphins let out of their locker room, man.
yeah, they let a lot of us leadership, guys go, which is unfortunate, but
Raheem, I have a bit of a personal question, and you could pass if you don't want it. But if players don't play in an NFL game, do they still shower after the game? Because when I didn't play at North Carolina, I walked on in North Carolina.
Such a good question.
After the game, people would go in the showers, and I would kind of be looking around, being like, "Why the hell am I showering? I didn't play."
Right.
yeah, nah. It depends.
Great question.
That's a really great question,
It
honestly.
is. Yes.
Because I actually had that happen to me yesterday. I did not shower.
Really?
And the
Yeah,
reason,
why?
yeah,
Why would you?
I wasn't playing and I didn't even break a sweat. And it
Right.
was really like cool in the stadium. Which is, it gets cool at night here. But honestly, I had a long sleeve shirt on and literally didn't break a sweat. So I
Right.
was just like, all right, I want to get out of here and want to beat the traffic. So a lot of things, varied in that decision. But yeah, you do need to take a shower though.
Right. If you played though, because if you're
If
in the
you
shower
played.
and you didn't
If you
play, and Matt
play-
Sproles
if
be
you-
looking at you like, "Hey,
Yes.
why are you fucking taking up a shower? What's going on here?"
Exactly. Yeah.
If you
No,
even
need-
warmed up for a second, you got to shower.
Right.
Yeah, you got to shower. See,
Yeah.
me, I didn't warm up. I wasn't doing any
Nothing.
warm ups. I knew I wasn't in the active, and I was doing my thing. I sitting on the side and coaching and doing all that stuff. So
All right, I want to get back to the Dolphins in a second on the Raheem Mostert show. This is great. We're gonna request Jonathan Taylor next week on the show. But Taylor, why don't you tell him your take? Taylor is outraged that Tom Brady, okay, your owner, minority owner, 5% owner of the team, he is outraged that. Well, Taylor, go ahead. Why don't you give him your take here and let's see what Raheem thinks.
oh man,
It's his owner. Be careful, Taylor.
Yeah. So I was just saying that Brady should just pick a lane. Owner or broadcaster. And he's trying to do both. And then my other angle with Brady too is he comes out with this flag football thing. We could at the very least we could all agree Tom Brady would not be the first choice for a flag football team.
He would not.
yeah. I mean, you know what? I would choose Brady as a flag football guy.
Yeah, but
First
Kyler
and
Murray would be
foremost.
better. You would agree, right? Lower to the ground. I mean, tougher to get the flags.
I mean, yeah, if he has to scramble. What's the whole purpose of playing flag football is to compete, and I'm not saying Kyler Murray is not going to compete. I just see it as a different perspective. I would want a pocket passer, a guy that can really, dime guys up out there and throw in tight windows. And I mean, if you think about flag football, it's not all zone. Everything is pretty much, it's a lot of man beaters out there. And the receivers are going to be playing a lot of man beaters, and you got to have receivers that could beat man, which I would choose, those receivers like Tyreek. He's a man beater.
Yeah.
Waddle is another man beater. He could beat man as well. So there's a whole plethora of receivers, but I think Tom would be just fine, playing that role at quarterback. Now, scrambling wise, it's tough too, because you already know, he's already spoken about his scrambling. He's rushed for a lot of yards in his career, more than what he thought. So it'd be tough, but
how about the pick the lane stuff? I mean, what do you think there?
Yeah, pick the lane. You know what? Honestly, I think it.
He's
because
doing both because he can, Raheem, because he's Tom fucking Brady. That's why.
He's doing both, yeah, because he can. And you know what? I honestly I admire that because that's a position I wouldn't mind, upholding my damn self. I would love to be part owner of a billion-dollar company, like the Raiders, and I would also love to be commentating on the side, doing some sports stuff,
right,
just
for $37.5 million a year, right?
I mean, yeah, right. And you could be great at both, you could be great at both, and that just adds more to your resume,
Is he a meddlesome owner?
you're
Is he around the team a lot, or what is he?
He's involved more so. Yeah,
Really?
he's involved. Yeah, he's involved.
Cool.
He's involved for sure. I think last night, Pete and Chip both have come out and said that they meet with Tom over the game plan and stuff like that every week. So, I don't know how much involved he is in that regard. But I know that, I even saw him in the locker room right before the game, and he was just telling me, "Hey man, you're doing all the right things. Keep your head up. We're gonna need you," and stuff like that. So, I know that he's involved in that aspect as well. So, yeah,
He's calling plays, Taylor. I mean, he's.
I don't know if he's calling plays. I know he's probably reviewing the plays and
Right.
giving his perspective.
But why not? Like, who wouldn't want his
He's a
perspective?
great resource.
Yeah, exactly. Why
Right.
wouldn't you want to utilize your assets and the resources that you have?
Yeah. Yep.
So.
It's interesting, Brady, to Taylor. Listen, Taylor's worried that he gets some sort of competitive advantage. Like he goes and meets with these coaches, and then he takes it back to the Raiders, and right.
I don't think he's not doing that. I know that for a fact.
When Tua missed Tyreek Hill on that pass, did you think Tyreek Hill was going to walk out of the stadium and walk straight to Kansas City?
What? What pass was that? I don't even. Which one was that one?
It was late in the fourth quarter. He had like a curl, and Tua.
He had a good game. He was pissed about this, though. Right.
Tua overthrew it, and Tyreek. It was like probably like a 2nd and 10, and it would have been like a 20-yard gain at the very least. And Tyreek is walking off the field, and he's basically motioning like to somebody, whoever the next receiver up is, like, "Hey, come get me out right now because I need a mental break." I think.
Yeah, I mean, either that or he probably ran 2 back-to-back long routes. He needed a break from that regard.
Right.
Yeah. No,
They look better though, Tariq. I mean, Raheem.
Yeah, they did. I saw the stats. Turnovers are always going to be a buster in the game. We had it last night, and I think the stat came out like you go from if you're at 0% or 0 on the turnover, you have like a 80% chance to win the game, and then when you turn the ball over one time, that drops down to like maybe like 45-50% chance, and then anything after that, you're dwindling your chances 20. It goes like to 20%, right? If you have -2 on the turnover battle, and so those turnovers, man, they're key. That when you see 2 turnovers, the fight. There's still some fight if there's time left, but your chances of winning that game are very slim. So they're going through it right now. Guys are not in the right position, as you can see, and I just feel bad for my guy too. Tua is my guy. Yeah, I feel so bad for him, and I mean the rest of them though. Those are all my guys. And
you love those guys.
I love those guys. Went to battle with them. You went to bat for them, and it's just unfortunate that that's going on right now. But it just tells you a lot. It's showing a lot. It's telling you a lot. Even the flying of the banners telling you what's going on with the fan base and how they feel.
Yeah.
Like I told you last week, man.
You're a Dolphin fan, my man.
I am. Yep. I am. And I'm always look out for them and cherish my moments that I had there for sure.
Yeah. So, great moments here. Are you guys ready for rapid fire here with Raheem? I love that we're doing this every week. This is fantastic. You'll drive the entire thing next week, okay? And we're going to have Jonathan Taylor on, hopefully. Maybe Tua. I'm going to ask Tua. I mean, this is great. Hey, can I throw your name around to try to get guests? Is that okay?
You
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, you can. No, you can. You can for sure.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Good. I
I
can't
don't know how
wait to
much
send
my
in a
I
guest
don't,
request for the Raheem Mostert show. This is great.
I don't know how much value my last name will be in these streets, but in these NFL streets, but we'll see.
Very valuable. Trust me. Leave that to me, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, you guys ready for this? You and Mikey A, rapid fires?
Yep, Mikey starting it.
All right.
All right. I'll start in the football world. If you could take one attribute from another running back currently in the NFL and add it to your game, what would it be?
Wow.
Height.
Whose height? Derrick Henry's height?
Derrick Henry's height. For
Not
sure.
Derrick Henry's stiff arm?
I got that.
He just wants his height.
If I had his height with my measurables and my speed and my power, I'm not saying I'm stronger than Derrick Henry. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay.
I just like where my power is at. I feel like I do just enough for me. But I would love to have that 6-foot+ status. That'd be nice.
How much money would I have to give you if I let Derrick Henry get a 20-yard head of steam and you had to tackle him? How much money would I have to pay you to try and tackle Derrick Henry? He's got 20 yards just straight ahead. He's getting as fast as he can. He's running as tall as he can, and Mostert is there ready to greet him.
Oh, I'm tackling him for sure.
Yeah, but how much?
No.
For free?
No, not for free.
Yeah, now you got too far.
Maybe like a game check.
Yeah, maybe a game check or something like that. That'd be nice, a game check. Yeah, game check. Depending on who's game check, though.
All right.
I'll take a Derrick Henry game check.
So you'll take Derrick Henry's game check.
I'll take a Christian CMC game check.
All right, I want to see how much that is while Taylor asks you the next question. Go ahead.
Raheem Mostert's go-to karaoke song would be what?
Oh, go-to karaoke song. Man, honestly, I love karaoke, and it'll be Cupid by 112.
Okay.
I think that's
Have
the
you heard of
song.
that, Taylor?
No, I don't think so.
By the way,
gonna put it on my
Henry makes
Spotify playlist.
$882,000 a game.
Oh my Lord. See, yes, 882,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a game check for sure. Game check
that's
tackle right there.
Yeah, that's enough to tackle him right there. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
yeah.
Cupid is your go-to karaoke
Yeah,
song.
Cupid or what's the name? I got it. Hold on, I gotta look it
It's in
up.
his
Yeah, I'm looking
playlist.
it up right there because I haven't sang it in a while. Penny. No. What's his name? Golly, what's his name?
I think we have to go to Vegas and do karaoke.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy
Pendergrass.
Yeah.
You got what I need.
That song.
Love TKO.
Yes. All right.
Teddy
Hey,
Pendergrass, love TKO.
love TKO. This is a great idea by Taylor. Can we come to Vegas and set up a karaoke night with Raheem Mostert?
We could definitely do that.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Wow.
Y'all let me know. We could definitely do that.
Wow.
Or I might come. We can go
It's
to
a long
Miami
way to
and
go
do
for
that.
karaoke, but anyway, I'll be there.
It would be worth it.
Trust me, it'll be worth it.
All right,
It will be
doing
worth
this.
it.
We're doing
Yeah.
it. We're in. All right, you guys have more? Go ahead.
Yeah. Best concert that you've ever attended.
Okay. Do you want? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, I went to the Sphere and I saw Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Now-
say Dead and Company.
Nah, Dead and Company would have been a good one. I heard that was a good show.
It's a
I heard- I
great
really
show,
heard that-
and I'll
I
take
heard
you
that
next
was a
time
good
for the next run. Me and you, Raheem. Okay.
I will double that up and I will take you to the Backstreet Boys concert. Yeah, I took my kids. I took my whole family, my mother-in-law, and my kids. When I tell you they absolutely loved it, they to this day we sang karaoke. We sang Backstreet Boys going to school this morning.
That's so good. You had to
We
pump
do
up
it
in the
every-
car. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And my oldest
song?
son knows every word. Tell me why ain't
Tell me
nothing
why.
but a party. Tell me why. Yeah. They love
And
it.
they're
I'm
all
telling
singing
you.
it in the car with you.
They're all singing it. They don't. Yeah. Even my 3-year-old, he's in the back singing.
Are they dancing and stuff?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll cut on the YouTube in the living room and we'll watch they'll do the dance. My son will do the dance moves and all that stuff. He'll be leaning back and stuff. Yeah. They enjoy it though. But I'll tell you, hey, Go see a Backstreet Boy concert in the Sphere. The whole experience is amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so we have a Dead and Company show, and we have karaoke, and we have a back. I'm moving to Vegas. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
What's the silliest thing you've ever seen a player get fined for?
Silliest thing. I just saw one of my teammates, actually, like 6 of my teammates just get fined this past game for a simple towel. Like the the little streamer towels.
Yeah.
You got fined $6K for that.
What the
6
fuck
of
are you
us.
doing?
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy. That is probably the most ridiculous fine. Because that's guys' styles. I mean, yeah, you don't want us to have swag out there. You look good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. That's what they say.
Yep. Mikey, one more.
One more. Pass blocking, science or art?
Ooh.
Jeez. It could be both, and let me tell you why.
Yeah,
it could be both. It could be a science because of the different schemes out there. It's a science of trying to figure out who's coming first, right? Who you're getting ready to block, but it's also an art because you have to be in the right position and you have to move your feet. But I would have to say it's an art. It's definitely pass blocking is an art. It's an art that even the O linemen, they don't get enough credit for pass blocking in their own, world because it's tough. Mm-hmm. It really is. You got guys bull rushing you. You got guys, making moves and in small boots and small windows and stuff like that. It's tough. It really is. And I would say it's definitely art.
We'll get you out of here. Just real quickly, NFL. Do you remember what a 55-yard field goal used to mean something? It seems like it's like a fucking chip shot now,
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
Stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. How about the end of the Denver-Indianapolis game? Did you see that game? Did you see the ending?
Yeah, so
he missed the field goal, and the guy
missed
got
a 60-yard field goal.
A 60-yard field goal, got a 15-yard penalty because the guy was trying to block the field goal, a game-winning field goal, and God forbid he tried to get some leverage off another player. So field goal was no good, moved it up 15 yards. They connected on the next one. They won the game. Game over. Yeah. Colts 2-0. Daniel fucking Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones. Happy for that guy though.
I'll be on the show next week.
He's making a good comeback of what's been played out, since the start of his career. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, but that's not the way a game should end. I mean, come on.
Yeah, why not? That's what you live for. This is football.
Yeah, I know, but
this is football.
But a guy's lining up for a game-winning field goal, and the other guy, imagine you're on that team, you're on the Colts, and you're on the Broncos. You're trying to do anything you can to block the game-winning kick, and so he gets a little leverage. Big deal.
Big deal, but
not 15 yards.
Though, you don't need to do anything stupid,
right?
Let him try the 60-yarder.
Okay.
Let him try. He missed it anyway.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? Like,
this is why you're better at this, right? Yeah.
That's his fault. That he tried to leverage and
point.
They got the flag. Yeah.
Great point.
I'm gonna let you mess up more than what's this? Okay, this is the saying that they always say in the league: do right longer. Do right longer.
Okay.
You got to do right longer.
All right.
He didn't do right longer.
You're right.
He let his falters cost the team.
Okay. You're right. My apologies to everyone involved. I mean, you're right. No, you just changed my mind. Listen, but here's the problem. A 60-yarder is like a chip shot now. So years past, I would have been like, yeah, let him kick a 60-yarder. He's never going to make it, but they all make them now.
Not all of them, apparently. He didn't make it. You give him 15 yards now. Yeah.
That guy Aubrey, he wants to go 15 yards back. I mean,
no, that guy can kick though. That guy can kick. He got a boot on him. That's for sure. All
right, get out of here. Looks like a beautiful day in Las Vegas there.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I'm going to enjoy this Chick-fil-A. Got some Chick-fil-A waiting for me. Absolutely.
So good, man. All right, go enjoy it. Enjoy the family. We'll talk to you next week. I love this. Can we call it the Raheem Mostert show moving forward?
No. We're gonna keep it the same show. We're gonna upgrade eventually, but I like where we're going though. This is the right direction.
Okay. So
Right
Taylor
direction.
and Mikey, I think for next week, but they'll work on it with you. Okay. Rapid fire
All right.
questions that you'll have for me. Raheem will have for
Got
me.
you.
Okay.
Got you. Got you.
That'll be
I'm
And
not sure I want the
does
answers.
it? No. Okay, let's do it like this. Is there a certain category we can go off of, or like, do we have to do football? Do we have to NFL, sports, or
No, you can take it
life
wherever
in
you want.
general?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's all
You
I
can
need
go-
to know.
Listen, I'm an open book. Okay.
Open book.
I am going to answer whatever you ask me. Okay.
I'll give you some questions, Raheem.
All right, yeah, hit me, Mike. Hit me. up
Mikey's
with some
finally going to get
questions.
answers that he wants.
Yeah. He's gonna get some answers.
Question one:
You know
when the
it.
hell are you going to pay people?
Answer. Never.
His answer never. That was rapid fire, guys. That is finest.